Breaking news story, Donald Trump has addressed critics who are concerned about the ISIS fighters who had been watched over by our Kurdish allies. Now, Trump has abandoned those Kurdish allies in northern Syria, and the big question remains, well, what happens to those ISIS prisoners that the Kurds have been keeping an eye on? Well, he answers those critics in this next video. Take a look.
Some of these ISIS fighters escape and pose a threat elsewhere.
Well, they're going to be escaping to Europe. That's where they want to go. They want to go back to their homes, but Europe didn't want them from us. We could have given it to them. They could have had trials. They could have done whatever they wanted. But as usual, it's not reciprocal. You know my favorite word, reciprocal. That's all I want. I don't want an edge. I just want reciprocal. And it's not reciprocal, Steve. It's not a fair deal for the United States.
So he's essentially saying, well, Europe's not doing its part, so sorry.
Yeah, but it's sorry to who? If the ISIS fighters escape, as now the Kurds are saying, well, we don't have the time to fight ISIS because we're getting bombed by Turkey, and we don't even have the manpower to guard all the prisons because we got to go fight Turkey. It doesn't matter what's reciprocal or not. It doesn't matter if Europe is doing the right thing. If the ISIS fighters escape, they escape, period.
Exactly. Now, what happens to the escaped ISIS fighters? Is Trump at all concerned about them? I don't know. Let's hear him answer.
In the meantime, we've been watching over a lot with the Kurds, watching over a lot of prisoners, some very bad people. A few in particular very bad, really bad. And some of those people we've already taken, we've taken them out. They should go back, by the way. They should go back to Europe. Many of them came from Europe, but they should go back to Germany, to France. But we think that maybe the Kurds will do a job, and if not the Kurds, we think Turkey will do a job. But we have thousands of people, thousands. I don't know if you know that. We have thousands of captured fighters and thousands and tens of thousands of family members. And we did a big favor to a lot of countries, and those countries didn't want to take them back. So that's the way it goes.
So there are 12,000 imprisoned ISIS fighters in Syria, and the Kurds have now said, we're being bombed by Turkey. We have to protect ourselves. That's our top priority. We can't prioritize keeping a watch on these ISIS fighters. Turkey has said that they don't want the sole responsibility of keeping an eye on the ISIS fighters. They are not going to do it. They want Europe to do it. And Europe has said that they don't want to deal with the ISIS fighters either. So it's a hot potato.
Yeah, well, let's break down now the lack of logic here. So he says, no, it's okay. The Kurds have to do a job.
What does that even mean?
What does it mean? What does that mean? They have to do a job. Okay, then he says, otherwise the Turks will do a job. Okay, I assume what he means is the job of guarding the ISIS prisoners and holding them. Now, Turkey is fighting the Kurds. Why would the Kurds then say, oh, come on into our territory, come into our jails, take the ISIS fighters, and you guys take care of them. We'd love to cooperate with you while you're bombing us. How does that make any sense at all? He's like, no, it's okay. They're really, really bad people. I mean, look at the way this simpleton talks. They're really bad. That means he doesn't know anything about them. Really bad, and the Kurds will do a job. If not, the Turks will do a job. But they hate each other, and they're in the middle of a war. Why would they cooperate? I don't know, but somebody will do a job against the bad people. Okay, now let's talk about the second piece of unbelievable irrationality. Well, Europe didn't take them, but now if they get released, they can go back to Europe. Really, is that how it works? If the ISIS fighters get released in northern Syria, how are they going to go back to Europe? No, they're going to stay in Syria and in Iraq, and they're going to start killing people again, and they're going to cause chaos. They're not going to take a flight back to Paris and be like, oh, Trump told us to go back to Europe. Hey, you guys got tickets? Oh, first class, that's fun. Let's go back to Europe. And by the way, if they did go back to Europe, would they do terrorism there? Is that what Trump wants? What kind of maniac says, in his best case scenario, I hope the worst terrorists in the world go back to our top allies in the world and cause trouble there?
Well, you know, Cenk, I like to use my favorite, reciprocal. Reciprocal, that is my favorite. I don't want to have an edge, I just want reciprocal. That's his foreign policy. He is a disaster on several fronts, and he is not a rational person. He doesn't have the cognitive ability to be president. He just doesn't, and he's a danger to everyone.
Look, that's the simplest way of putting it. Does not have the cognitive ability to be president. Doesn't understand simple concepts. Makes horrible foreign policy blunders and does not understand the consequences of his actions. You got to get him out. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.